high humidity levels can cause a lot of problems in general. However, it's also not ideal to store wood where there's too much moisture in the air, not to mention the rust on your tools. Now I just got a new dehumidifier, so let's check it out. This is a new Midea dehumidifier. It's 50 pints. It has this kind of interesting design where you basically have two buckets and one goes on top of the other depending on how you set it up. You can either have it pump directly out if you want to do that, in which case you don't need this, or you can have the water gather in here. So I like to keep a dehumidifier going in the workshop for the most time because we're not always running the AC, and I want to keep that humidity level low. Our old one broke. It still works in terms that it turns on, but it just doesn't extract any water. So I've been kind of, in the market to get a new one. Oh, I see. So now
should probably do it on the ground.
Yeah. Okay, top here we have a fan, we have a button, we got a handle on top. This is the front of the unit. We have a filter this way, and then there's another filter this way too. So we have two filters that are positioned right in front of the fans. And I know from my old dehumidifier, this gets really dirty. You want to take that apart quite frequently. Okay, this is the back. This, I believe, is where you have the continuous drain hose if you want to set it up that way. And on the side here, we have a pump operation. Now the bucket here, okay, so just put wheels on so you can move this. It's actually rather large, so this can hold 50 pints of water. Okay, on the inside here, we have a bit of a locking mechanism. A liner. So we have a line.
And how heavy it is?
Just... And it literally just sits right there. Do not use outdoors. Well, I guess that would really be a bad idea in general, right? Because you're trying to create a conditioned space. One question, this is a rather big, I think, powerful unit. So how much power does it draw? Let's check it out. We're gonna plug it into a power station so we can see.
AC.
The fan going right away. So 350 watts right now it's drawing. It's 360. My old unit drew close to 900 watts and this one seems to stabilize at around 480. So pretty good. It's been a couple of hours. Let's go and see how much water we've gathered. So when we started it was 57% humidity. Now we have 49%. In what, 2 hours? Oh, the shop here is pretty large. The whole building is like 1,600 square feet. Of course, this dehumidifier is actually rated for 4,500 square feet, so it's definitely equipped to handle that. But it's a large space, and let's see how much water we've gathered, shall we? So now we just lift it up here to see how much water is inside. Oh wow, that's a fair, that's a fair amount in 2 hours. Let's take a look at the amount of water overnight, basically down to there. So we've been testing it now for a little bit, and yeah, we're definitely getting a lot of water in this. I just wanted to test it in my little shop here too, because it's humid in here, although this is obviously like oversized, like overkill by far in terms of size. You can set a timer too, if you want to set it for 2 hours. Okay, when it's being used, it's like this. It sits on top. Then you have this lift and twist motion where you can actually move it and it goes in. So now we have both of them inside here like a little cube, and we can store it like this when it's not in use. Basically, this water tank is 3 times larger than similar dehumidifiers on the market, so you don't need to pour the water out as frequently. So the unit here also comes with, this is a pump drain hose, pump inlet hose, so this is only for units with a drain pump feature, and a normal drain hose. If we don't want to gather the water into the bucket, we can set up a continuous draining mode. That way you can just funnel it into a hose or wherever out the window. Okay, in order to do that, we're gonna put this hose Bucketless mode, press fill level and up for 3 seconds to activate. 1, 2, 3. When you have it set in continuous drain mode like this, the hose needs to point downwards so you can drain things going down. However, what if you want to drain up? You know, what if you have this position on the floor and you need to drain it out the window? Or well, this particular model also comes with a pump. So then we're gonna put the unit on the bucket and connect this pump situation, and then we should be able to pump up like 14 feet. So now we're going to be using this guy instead. And then we have the pump here, so this guy goes in here. This. Okay, and then, yeah, okay, cool. And now this goes on the bottom of the bucket. It has a cover here. Okay, now let's see here. We have the pump going down onto the floor in the bucket. And this part comes right there. So now the water should come out of this little guy, and we should be able to bring it up using the pump. Plug this guy, so we don't have water coming through there. In order for the pump to activate, we need quite a lot of water in the bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4. The unit is lower than my hose. I think the pump is starting. I hear a different sound. Water coming out. So it's pumping out water. So even if we were like, I think it's at 14 feet. That's actually a rather handy feature if you are, you know, in a basement, you need to pump the water up, something like that. In general, this is a really nice unit. It is much improved from the other one. There's so many more settings. Like the fill level, you can set how much you want the water level to rise before you emptied it. You can obviously also set it to this continuous, you know, drain where you don't have to bother with the bucket if you don't want to. And there's the pump feature if you wanted to pump the water up high, if that was the situation. There's also an app with smart features. Through the app, you can turn the unit on or off. You can set the target humidity, the fan speed. You can see the current water level. You can also set a schedule when you want the dehumidifier to go on. Perhaps you only want it running at night or at some other time. Basically, you can keep an eye on things even when you're not directly near it. So make sure to check out the link in the description if you're interested in checking out this model. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.